Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. Tonight we're celebrating the 101st birthday of the two-time Academy Award winner Luise Reiner with the premiere of our special titled Luise Reiner Live from the TCM Classic Film Festival, which we just showed. It's an interview I did with Luise just before a screening of her 1937 film The Good Earth, which meant we had to keep the interview short, just 30 minutes, because the film itself is a long one. I'm sorry we had a time constraint because we didn't get a chance to talk about our next film, but the movie is one that really does speak for itself. It's mammoth in size, bulging with musical numbers, and also has drama, comedy, and turmoil. I mean, it's got the whole 9 yards. It's The Great Ziegfeld from MGM in 1936, the film which earned Luise the first of her back-to-back Academy Award wins in the category of Best Actress, a feat no other performer had accomplished at that time. In The Great Ziegfeld, Luise plays the glamorous real-life stage star of the early 20th century, Anna Held, one of the great loves of the man this spectacular biopic is about, Florenz Ziegfeld. Now, Ziegfeld was a Broadway showman extraordinaire, whose accomplishments included introducing the Polish-born Anna Held to American audiences, and then he fell in love with her, only to have their relationship come to a sad end. Now, if you haven't seen this movie, you may be under the impression that Luise Reiner has only one scene in the film, a famous telephone scene where she's talking to William Powell, who plays Ziegfeld. That scene became so famous for years that no one ever discussed anything about her work in the movie except for that one heartbreaking telephone scene. But the truth is she appears quite a bit throughout the movie and does add considerable drama, stature, and style to what is basically a mammoth circus of a show. But one so well made, it earned the biggest of all the Oscars that year by being named the Best Picture of the Year over such films as Dodsworth, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, The Story of Louis Pasteur, and A Tale of Two Cities. Here it is with a cast that also includes the wonderful Myrna, Fanny, Brice, Ray Bolger, Frank Morgan, and acres of showgirls, Ziegfeld style. Here is the story of The Great Ziegfeld. That was sumptuous, wasn't it? And it was just 4 years before this movie came out that Florenz Ziegfeld died, so his death was still very much in the minds of a big portion of the population when this film was released in 1936. In that big wedding cake number, that was Dennis Morgan as the tenor, singing A Pretty Girl Is Like a Melody, supposedly, but the voice really belonged to singer Alan Jones, who was supposed to be on camera singing in this film as well. But after Alan Jones had pre-recorded the song, Universal Studios borrowed him from MGM to star with Irene Dunne in the 1936 movie Showboat. So MGM used Alan Jones' recording track anyway, hired Dennis Morgan to pretend to be singing. That in the days when Dennis, who was a very good singer himself, was still being known by his real name of Stanley Mourner. Up next, more with our star of the night, Luise Reiner, on this, her 101st birthday. She's once again playing a real-life lady, this time the wife of one of the great composers, Johann Strauss.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, we continue to dance with Luise Reiner for her 101st birthday, just in time for the Great Waltz. Then Luise struggles to make a good life on stage and off in dramatic school. And a birthday party for Kay Francis grabs hold with guilty hands. Give a hand at tcm.com tonight.